Welcome to RSA Studios. I hope you are feeling well. My name is Gibendi Moslin, and I will be your host or moderator. Welcome to the debate Dynamos. This is a platform where you get to express yourself. I want to take this opportunity to welcome our chief guest, who is Honorable Coaches.
So mine have just come here to wish you all the best. We intend to have the best performers get scholarships. If you are ready for that, I know you are ready for your KCP, true? Yes. So my objective is to ensure that we motivate you to get good grades. Once you get good grades, we motivate you further that you're able to join Form 1. We help you in paying your school fees, doing some shopping for some of you who will perform very well, and ensure that we have a journey with you from Form 1 all the way to Form 4. Is that good? So this is an initiative that we want to have every year. Students come here, the pupils, class 8 come here, and they compete in various debate motions. Definitely we award the best, but the main goal is to ensure that Gitothua Award, we are able to motivate all the students, because you know it is not only you who are participating, but we also have others whom you have left in class, true? So for those whom also you have left, we will come and know what we can do and motivate them as well. Also, the best performing school will get a trophy and also some sporting equipment from Royal Sports Academy. They deserve a clap for that, true?
My expectations are that they have thought outside the box. I'm looking forward to see how they have organized themselves as a school, how each student have organized themselves in terms of what they're going to present to us. And I'm looking forward to be surprised and also engaged and also learn something from the kids today.
Ponnyways Academy. So the schools that I have mentioned, they will participate in our first edition of the Dynamos debate, the Gitothua Award. And this time, I declare the motion ready to debate. Officially open. Thank you. Asanteni sana and all the best.
We are going to have 8 scholarships, where 5 learners from each school is going to win a scholarship to their secondary school. We are going to have 3 scholarships for the best or the outstanding debaters. And you're also going to have 1 trophy and sports equipment, courtesy of Royal Sports Academy. Let's have a clap for our sponsors. Our judges will be Margaret Wairimo, our chief judge will be Sally NJOGU, and of course we'll have Mwalimu Felix Jaoko, who is a lover of literature. Our motion today is Kenya general elections should be lowered to 12 years. Kenya general elections should be lowered to 12 years. Our first proposer is my friend here. Welcome.
The guest of honor, respected judges, teachers, my fellow worthy debaters, and the house at large, good morning.
Morning.
Behold, it's I, Jasmine Mutio, representing Gitothua Primary School, standing firm and strongly proposing the motion that says Kenya general elections should be lowered to 12 years. Let's reason for a while. Does it seem right denying the young children their freedom of expression? Is that part of democracy? Well, if it is, I never knew, but I'm certain it's not. This is why I'm proposing. 1, young voices matter. As we all know, in Kenya, most of the young people, their voices are not yet heard. They are always being put down, and there is none that is been listening. We should let the young people have a say, and we should let them to say what they want by casting out their votes. Why don't we let these young people cast out their votes and elect their own leaders? Is that fair, by not letting them to cast out their votes? These young people at the age of 12 and above, they know the rights and the wrongs. Why not give them this chance? Second, education purposes. What is the benefit of going to class, sit down and reading social studies about the citizenship and Kenyan government without applying it at our lives? For example, in English, I go to class and then the teacher teaches me. Am I not applying it now in my life? What about mathematics? When I'm being taught, when mother sends me to the shop, am I not applying it to my life? Why not then apply social studies at our lives by doing this particular thing? Thirdly, responsibility. As we let these young children make tough decisions by their own, they will learn how to be responsible. As we give them such hard tasks, they will know how to be responsible, and they will know how to make decisions for themselves. They will grow to be responsible adults, and they will know the benefits of casting votes, unlike the adults now. Why don't we give these young children the opportunity to know their responsibility by giving them their chance to know more about Kenya? Third, to ensure that we leave Kenya at good hands. As we teach these young children how to vote, they will know the importances of voting, unlike the adults, as I said. As we let these children to be more creative and to learn their responsibility, we will be more assured that Kenya will be at better place. And as we teach these young children more about politics, in the future we will have good leaders and good citizens. And I don't see the reason why we should not give these young children the opportunity to vote, whereas TIK, this is Kenya, and we always say that mapema ndo best. Why not allow such things to happen in Kenya, and the young generation has the knowledge to do such particular things? My people, let us, Kenya, take responsibility to teach these young children so that they will know about Kenya. Why not let these small people grow as they be good people?
Thank you for the opportunity. I would like to oppose the motion that general voting should not be lowered from 18 years to 12 years. This is because the 12 years are too young to cast ballots. Just because they participate in protests does not mean they are ready to cast ballots. Voting required a high level of responsibility and knowledge. However, to give them the vote before they are well experienced and educated will be a disaster. So why don't they get educated and experienced before they take this important step of voting? Thank you.
Thank you. Let's clap for her.
Good morning, respected judges, my worthy opponents, and the audience at large. I'm here to strongly propose the motion that states that the voting age in Kenya should be lowered to 12 years. Why, you ask? First, the numbers. To eliminate the doubt of the votes being stolen, we need more votes being cast. The children will help in doing this, and there'll be a larger margin at voting, not the normal 51 plus. There'll be like a 56 plus. Knowledge. They will reinstate what they learned at school. like my proposer here said, why do we learn social studies if you're not putting it to motion? This is not reasonable. We need to put it in motion. We need to go out and cast our ballots to express our votes and to express our votes. Thirdly, less spoiled votes. The children have learned how to mark the ballot papers. Like the class 8s now, as we all are learning how to mark the papers in the national exams, not to go out of the line or to go too much short. So there will be less spoiled votes, and the government will reduce expenses. We use so much money on buying ballot papers, which end up being thrown away or being burnt. Third, job creation. If there are children voting, there must be children in parliament. It's what I call for the people, by the people, to the people. Hence, there will be more jobs, and the rate of unemployment will go down. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge, and my fellow members of Parliament. Good morning. I stand here as Angela Mora to oppose the motion voting age in general election should be not lowered from 18. Simply because a child of 12 years can't vote because they may not understand all the issues taken. They may not understand all the issues and procedures taken during voting because their mind have not developed enough to know what they are doing. 2. A child of 12 years can't vote because they are not homogeneous group and have deserved opinion. Why? Because their mind are not settled about political issues. 3. A 12-year-old child don't know the law and order because they are underage and they are learning. Thank you.
I'm here to propose the motion of Kenya general election should be lowered to 12 years. First, I think children are more creative than adults because if you look at it, we have fresher minds and we can think more critically and more, what can I say? So, my teacher always told me, set a thief to catch a thief. So, if I was given a chance to elect a person who I wanted, I will set for a younger person who has brilliant mind, who can help us in development of our country. Secondly, the reduction of children in the streets. As you can see, the rate of children in the streets is very high. And if you are the candidate, you needed first to help the children so they can elect you. So the reduction of the children in the streets will be low. Then, self-esteem. As you can see here, I'm shaking because I have less self-esteem. So, if I was given the chance to elect myself, if I was given the chance to elect someone, I think I will be just going there, in the mood of high horse, ready to elect someone. So, thank you.
I think you have a very high self-esteem, yeah? So sometimes we just shake because it's normal to shake. It's normal to shake. We'll call our next opposer.
Thank you all for giving me this opportunity to oppose that voting should not be lowered to 12 because at this age, these individuals are considered to focus on their primary education and self-development rather than being burdened with a responsibility of voting and engaging in political activities. Thank you.
Guests of honor, respected judges, my worthy opponents, faculty members, and the audience at large, good morning.
Good morning.
As you all know, the voting age in Kenya is 18 years, and that is not fair. At my age right now, my mother already knows that I'm able to make decisions that are right and wrong. And that is why I, as Joyce Kwamboka, is standing here firmly, boldly, and courageously to propose the motion voting general election in Kenya should be lowered to 12 years. My first point, democratic right. We all know that in simple terms, democracy is the rule of the people, by the people, for the people. But in Kenya, children don't practice, and that is not fair. We need to feel like our rights are not being ignored. We need to feel like citizens of this country. When they deny us this right, we feel like we are ignored, like as now we are candidates. Is anybody caring about us? No one. We don't even have adequate learning materials. The second point, children are less corrupt. The second opposer said that they do not know how to manage the country, and that is correct. Why? They do not know how to embezzle funds, and that is how we'll make them to be less corrupt. Engagement. Children like to be being engaged in activities. They do not like being left out in some things. Like right now, we're being left out in a lot of things. We do not feel as if we are part of this country. Equality. When the voting age is lowered to 12 years, it will be equal. The second proposer said that we are not mature enough. According to my research, a person is fully matured at 22 years. Then why do you give an 18-year-old person the chance to vote and deny a 12-year-old person the chance to vote? I would like to add on the raising self-esteem. When we are given the opportunity to vote, our self-esteem will be higher, because a lot of times we are used to be told, you can't do this because you are a child, and this tends to lower our self-esteem. So I believe that in order to take Kenya to the next level, we need to lower the general voting age. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. As Fiona, I think that the voting age should remain at 18 because the younger people aren't mature enough. They don't pay taxes, and they don't know how the government really works. They will decide to vote just because they have heard rumors from their friends saying that a certain political leader is good, and decide to vote for that person. Thank you.
The Honorable President, judges, members of the staff, of the teaching staff, the debaters, and all the audience. Good morning. Good morning. My name is Mesha Kanyona Kombo from Gitothua Primary School, and I'm hereby standing to propose the motion that says Kenyan voting should be lowered to 12 years. I give my hand to this motion because first, this is going to make our country unique. So if you ask me, one of the unique countries in Africa, can say for example Nigeria. Nigeria has 520 languages spoken by the locals. This is unique. Compared to Kenya, we only have national language. We have two, English and Kiswahili. This is unique. When you go to Britain, it's the only country in the world that does not have a written constitution. That's unique, if you ask me. Second, back in our country, the voting age is 18 and it's constant. I don't feel if this is friendly to us as children, because we are taught that we should all people should be given the right to demonstrate their political right, and we are being denied that right. So worldwide, most of the world's countries, voting age is between 16 years to 25 years. So I think if they lower the voting age to 12 years, it will be more favorable to us. More people worldwide will be longing to come so that they can see the young leaders and the developments they have improved in their countries. This is very unique. The second point, we need young international participants. And you know, the young children, they know the rights that they need. And if you go to the sport games in Kenya, we have many legends. As we all know, in Kenya we have like the most known legends are like Ezekiel Kemboi, steeplechase great, Violet Baraza, accomplished volleyballer, Catherine Dereba, marathon great, Eliud Kipchoge, long distance great. Not forgetting about Faith Kipkemoi. All of them adults. All of them are adults. What about children? This is not good. None of them is a child. Isn't this unfair? Having a young voter, a young leader, will bring about young great, as they say. So, I think they should lower the voting age to 12 years so that if we have young voters, we will also have young leaders. This is going to bring improvements to sporting games. We are going to have improvement in sporting games, and so we are going to have young athletes, young sports legends, and that's going to be nice. And we are going to be demonstrating our political rights. Thank you.
Fifth opposer from Ponnyways.
Judges, my fellow debaters, good morning. I would like to oppose the motion that says Kenyan general voting should be lowered to 12 years. This is simply because teens are still developing their emotional and social skills, and they may not have the ability or experience to make sound judgment on complex political issues. This may also lead to suicide or murder if the leader of their choice was not voted for. As you may have seen in the news, many citizens get injured or killed just because so-and-so did not win the elections or so-and-so was not voted for. Point 2. Not everyone knows how the government works. Even adults sometimes get confused or stay out of conversation with the government because they don't know where they stand. That applies to children. That applies to children. They too might think they know what they are voting. Thank you.
Before we go to cross-examination from the judges, I want to give each and every one of you at least 1 minute to discuss on any point that maybe you left out. Are we together? Any point that you left out, and then you can send one speaker here to come and give us those points. So you're having 1 minute, boys and girls, to talk.
We are going to be looking for 4 main categories of things from all the students in schools, which is content, language, organization, and presentation. So this is just looking at how they have put down their thoughts, how they have organized their thoughts, what research they have done, how they present themselves, are they audible, have they organized themselves within the schools. So we're looking at those 4 main categories and other things to see who is going to be the winner.
So let me have our last final proposer. Welcome. Clap for her as she comes.
Thank you for your listening ears once more. Why am I proposing? It's because of creativity. As my fellow proposer said, as we give these young leaders the seat in parliament, these young leaders are more creative. These young leaders will help us to get out from this auction by China that we are in. They are more industrious and have great minds than the adults. As we give these young leaders the opportunity to help Kenya, we will get out of this spider's web. Then why not accept these young children to cast out their votes and elect their choice of leaders, and as they can get us away from this state that we are in. Maybe this young leader will take Kenya to a better state that we are in.
Thank you again for letting me have this chance. I would like to say that safeguarding rights and interests, voting should not be lowered from 18 to 12 because these individuals are still minors and they need to be protected and have their rights guarded rather than being tasked with making effective understand political decisions that they may not fully comprehend. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Let's clap for him.
The benefit to students in such a debate is for them to just think about other things outside of school, which is what's happening in the real world, in politics, in sports, outside their schools. So this is going to help them also learn a few things, do research, know what's going on, be involved by giving us their thoughts. And we are hopeful that in future they'll be able and confident to actually make a few changes in not just our county, but in the country with such activities.